Alright, if your iPhone and iPad are using the same Apple ID, you might notice that things like photos, messages, apps, and other data automatically sync between them. While you can't completely separate the two devices without using different Apple IDs, you can control what gets shared. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to do that. First, open the Settings app on your iPhone or iPad. Tap your Apple ID at the very top, where you see your name. Then tap iCloud. Here, you'll find all the apps and services that sync through iCloud. If there's anything you don't want shared between your iPhone and iPad, simply turn it off. For example, if you don't want the same photos appearing on both devices, tap Photos, then turn off Sync this iPhone or Sync this iPad, depending on the device you're using. You can do the same for Messages, Contacts, Notes, Calendars, and any other apps you'd like to keep separate. Next, let's stop apps from downloading automatically on both devices. Go back to Settings. Tap Apps. Then select App Store. Under Automatic Downloads, turn off App Downloads. You can also disable automatic app updates if you'd rather update each device separately. If you don't want phone calls ringing on both devices, go back to Settings, tap Phone, then select Calls on other devices. Turn off Allow calls on other devices. After that, incoming calls will only ring on your iPhone. You can also separate FaceTime and iMessage. Open Settings, tap Apps, then choose Messages or FaceTime. From there, you can sign out of your Apple ID or sign in with a different Apple ID if you'd like those services to stay completely separate. Now, if your goal is complete separation, the best option is to use a different Apple ID on one of the devices. That's the only way to completely stop everything from syncing. But if you want to keep using the same Apple ID, these settings give you plenty of control over what gets shared and what stays private. And that's all there is to it. I hope this guide helped. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you found this video useful, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed to the channel and turned on the notification bell for more iPhone tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.